Coliseum of Magic, where only the bravest magicians step into the lion's den and try to topple our two titans of trickery. Are you not entertained? Well, you will be once we bring out our Caesars of sorcery, Penn and Teller. To get the thumbs up for a Fool Us trophy, they have to pull one over on Penn and Teller. And our first magician in the arena might do it right now.
I was a math teacher for 9 years. I love math because it teaches you to solve things one step at a time. Creating magic is like that too. Each step is a problem you solve until, presto, the solution. I started out as a juggler. Juggling helps with magic because it teaches your hands to think. I have 2 shows now on my own stage in the heart of Madrid. One show is for children. The grown-up show is a canvas for me to explore my heart. Tonight's routine demonstrates everything I believe about magic. Magic is a sharing of dreams. Penn and Teller, come dream with me.
Dropping in from Madrid, give it up, everyone, for Javi Rufo.
I was inspired to be here by one of the greatest magicians of all time. His name was René Lavand, and he was able to create beautiful magic, even with the handicap of having lost an arm as a child. Today, I would like to pay tribute to him with a trick of my own, using one hand only. René Lavand's original act was called No se puede hacer más lento. It can't be done slower. And in it, he made the cards dance in between his fingers, reaching the impossible. Today, borrowing some of his words, 2 spheres will dance in my hand, a white sphere and a red sphere. I will try to do it very slowly, so there is no doubt. If 2 spheres dance together, such is a bond created between them that they become eternally inseparable. And even if you try to separate them, they are and will be eternally inseparable. Look. Like René would say, no se puede hacer más lento. It can't be done slower. But perhaps tonight it can. More slowly. More magical. But forget the spheres for a minute. This could be you and I, a couple in love, or 2 best friends. Maybe the teacher and the pupil. I'm talking about the bond that makes the relationship between 2 parts into something eternally inseparable. No se puede hacer más lento. Or perhaps it can be done slower. But anyway, I think it is very clear. If they have had a bond, they always will. And even if you break them apart, they are and will be eternally inseparable. Look. I'm going to do it very slowly. Like René would say, I come to self-amazement. Llego al autoasombro. But if they have danced together, if they have shared experience, maybe Maybe they are not physically together. It's their bond that is and will be eternally inseparable. No se puede hacer más lento. Or perhaps, like René would say, in graceful defiance, not to you, eh? I don't usually do that. There is nothing more dazzling than the truth and to fulfill what was promised. They are and will be eternally inseparable. Look, I don't know where I'll be tomorrow because the future is yet to come. Neither do about the present because it's already gone. What I'd like is for the bond between you and I to be eternally inseparable.
Javi Rufo! A standing ovation. That was, can I just, boys, I don't know how you felt about it, but my heart was beating fast. It was like a magical love story. I mean, the ladies, and did you see the faces on the ladies? I mean, I really could have just closed my eyes and listened to the accent. It was so romantic.
El acento le ha encantado. Ah, sí.
Okay. All together. Were you inspired by a love of yours?
¿Te ha inspirado el amor a alguna persona, el traer este sentimiento, esta emoción a este acto?
Hay muchas personas en las que pienso cuando hago este acto y me erizan la piel.
There are a lot of people in his mind when he's doing the act, a lover, a friend, a parent.
I have to ask you, do you write poetry?
No.
No. You should.
Pero me gusta escribir y me he dado cuenta de que mis textos producen el efecto que yo quiero en la gente y eso es muy bonito.
Yes. Okay, Javi, let's see if you fooled Penn and Teller with one hand behind your back. Boys?
Oh, my goodness, Javi. I'm having a hard time because usually I like being the one in Penn and Teller who talks, and we're really both speechless. One of the most beautiful things we've ever seen. It's just, it's rare that somebody actually sets out to do something that poetic and then actually delivers that. It's, I mean, one of the most beautiful things ever had on the show, and so simple. And I could go on and on and on and on, but I'm never going to say anything that touches the beauty of what that looked like. And after the third move you did, we both knew that you fooled us. It was over.
Penn and Teller just awarded the first trophy of the night, and we are not done yet, so stick around, everyone. Welcome back. Let's meet the next magician trying to take down Penn and Teller.
I'm Emma Olson, I'm 18, and I'm from New York City. I've been watching Fool Us as far back as I can remember. Shin Lim is my favorite. I was also watching Fool Us when I became obsessed with cube magic. Some people don't know what to expect when they see an 18-year-old show up for a magic gig, but that's okay. I think it's cool. I wouldn't want to be an old guy doing magic.
Good job, honey.
My grandmother came with me to chaperone, I think. I love my grandma. She's my biggest fan. She always comes to see any big show that I do. I'm glad she's here with me today because this is the biggest performance of my career. I'm nervous, but I'm excited, so let's see how it goes. Can't wait to see if I can fool Penn and Teller.
From NYC, put your hands together for 18-year-old magician Emma Olson.
Wow, thank you guys so much. It is such an honor to be here performing for you guys tonight. Penn, Teller, I have something very special to show you guys with the Rubik's Cube. But it's gonna be different than any other cube magic you've ever seen before. And you're about to see what I mean.
Good.
For this, I would like a lovely assistant, and I was hoping, Penn, would you mind joining me on stage?
I'd love to.
So nice to meet you, Penn.
Good to see you.
Now, Penn, I'm sure you're familiar with the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, a little bit.
And the colors, too?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go behind my back like this so I don't see the cube. And as I'm turning it, just say stop on whatever color you'd like.
Okay, sure.
All right, whenever you would like.
Stop.
Right here?
Yeah.
Or do you want to keep going?
No, that's good.
This color?
Yeah.
You want to change your mind?
No.
All right, go ahead. Remember that color. This one right here.
Okay,
This one?
okay.
You got that?
I got
and the
that.
rest of the audience, do that as well?
Yeah, do that as well, please.
All right, Penn, now go ahead, take the cube, take it from my hand, and mix it up. Mix it up so there's no way I could know what color Penn selected. Now, while you're doing that, I'll show you here. I've brought with me a little sketch pad. All right, and in the sketch pad, I'm gonna go ahead and start off by drawing the basic outline of the Rubik's Cube. All right, now Penn, you just focus on your color and mix up that cube.
I keep mixing?
Yes, continue to mix, please.
I finish or I keep going while you're...
Whatever you want, it's fine.
Okay. I'm concentrating, though. That's the important part.
All right, that's great. All right, so here I have the outline of the Rubik's Cube. All right. And here, I'll take the cube back. You're done mixing it?
Yeah.
Or did I interrupt you?
No, you didn't. That was
Okay.
fine. I'm done.
Good, good. All right, now I'm gonna give it a little mix too. And Penn, your only job for this is to remember the color that you selected.
I know. I want to do that right.
You know your color?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can you hold your hand out for me?
I will do that.
Yeah, and do the same with your other hand too.
Okay.
All right, and hold the cube just like this.
Okay.
All right, and hold that close to you.
Okay, close
So
to me.
I don't get near it.
Okay.
All right, now here I have a bunch of different color markers. All right, each of these colors of the cube. One of these your color. All right, so I'm gonna try to figure out which one is your color. Just give me a countdown from 3.
3, 2, 1.
Right.
She hates pens.
Right. 2 more. Now, Penn, for the first time out loud, can you go ahead and name the color that you selected?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, yellow.
Now, see, I got a little bit confused here, so I kind of just drew all the colors. Yeah, sorry about that. But do you see your color on there?
Actually, I don't.
Don't?
I don't, no.
Oh, really?
No.
But here, your color yellow, I want you to imagine your color yellow on the bottom of the cube.
I'm doing that.
Let me know when that's happened for you.
It's done. Oh, my goodness.
And watch over here.
Yep.
But wait, the magic isn't finished yet. You're still holding on to the
I
cube
am.
in your hand. Can you go ahead and lift your top hand?
Uh-huh.
Do you see your color on top?
No,
You don't see it on top?
I don't.
Do you see it on this side of the cube?
I don't.
Or how about this side?
Nope.
Or this side?
Nope.
Not even this side?
Nope.
Can you go ahead and lift up the cube? Look, I want to give this to you as a little souvenir. You and Teller can go ahead and check that out.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ken.
Wonderful.
Emma Olson, everyone! Oh my gosh, hi, Emma. You said that this was going to be the biggest performance of your career. How did it go?
Well, I was very nervous, but I'm glad that I got everything right and the trick went smoothly.
That's got to feel good. Do you find that people underestimate you?
Unfortunately, yeah, like with my age and being like a female magician, I feel like people, kind of have an expectation for, what a normal magician is supposed to look like. I don't fit that, but I let the magic speak for itself, so.
Yeah. And confidence. I love it. Do you ever use magic in school to get yourself out of trouble?
Yes, all the time. Especially for like class presentations, and it does get a better grade, so it's good.
Sounds like a good deal. All right, Emma, let's see if you're going back to the Big Apple with a big trophy. Are you ready?
Okay, let's see.
All right, Mr. P&T.
Hey, Emma, you're a genius. It's that simple. You're just a genius. The performance, the poise, the way you handled yourself, just terrific. The way you handled me and had me actually do things without me screwing it up, which is the danger of this trick, is that I can screw it up, and I didn't do that, and that's all thanks to you. Getting to the secret of this, much of this stuff you just did. And if Teller and I worked on this the rest of our lives, which isn't that long, we would never, ever be able to learn that. The stuff you were keeping in your head was just phenomenal. We were just blown away by every moment of it. And even the parts that weren't just genius, but actually magic tricks, if you'd hooked up an EKG to us, you would have gotten a cardiographic thing that would have just blown your mind. We would have had to call our cardiologist, who's Dr. Martin Lewis, who you've probably heard of, is in town.
Yes.
He would have to fix our hearts. We were so blown away by your genius, Emma. You're just wonderful. And I think we snuck in a couple of things here that might let you know that you did not fool us. But look how the audience loved you. Huh? How great is she, huh? How great is she? Yeah.
Emma, we're so impressed, but it sounds like you didn't fool the boys. Did that code make sense to you?
It made perfect sense to me, yes.
Thank you so much for being here with us. You
Thank
were
you,
amazing.
guys.
I'm so impressed. Emma Olson, everyone. Thank you. Don't vanish. Fool us. We'll be right back. We're glad you could join us. You're going to love this next magician.
I don't really have the typical origin story. In my case, I was just a kid, and my uncle was evil. He pretended to do magic, but he was really just pranking me. He'd say things like, "How many fingers have you got?" And then he'd count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 and 5 is what? 11. So I learned magic partly to defend myself. I did close-up magic for years, and that's kind of what I became known for. Now I like to go a little weirder, go a little bigger. I do stuff with a lot of borrowed objects like phones, I do some pickpocketing. And when I do card magic now, I like to add some strange new elements, as Penn and Teller are hopefully about to see. My handle is Useless Talent Guy, because I embrace the idea that magic doesn't really serve any useful purpose aside from to make people smile. But tonight, my magic does have a purpose, and that's to fool Penn and Teller. And if it does, I guess I'm the useful talent guy? I can get used to it.
Making his way to the Fool Us stage from Atlanta, Georgia, is Sean Ridgeway.
All right, thank you guys so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and thank you to Penn and Teller for joining me on the stage. So they say to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So tonight, not only am I gonna try to win a trophy, but I'm gonna try to do it in the most challenging way possible, by encouraging you both and by giving you many opportunities to try and screw up my trick.
Okay. We're good at that.
There you go. Okay, so Teller, we'll start with you. This folded up purple card is my big finale. Your job is to keep your eye on that card, okay? And if you see any funny business, you let me know, and then congratulations, you've screwed up my trick, okay? But if you're watching here, you're not gonna be paying attention to anything else going on over here. So the dilemma. And for Penn, for you, I have a box of matches. Go ahead and hold out your hand. With one single match inside. Go ahead and place that back inside. Perfect. Now you're gonna hold on to this. You can put it in a pocket, wherever you want, just that I can't get to it. Just in your pocket, yeah, perfect.
Box, so I have both.
So technically, if you wanted to screw it up, you could have done something like destroy the box, but that'd make you a sociopath.
Yep.
So,
Which I am.
There you go, dilemmas. So now we move on to a series of choices, keeping in mind that each of these choices gives you the opportunity to...
Screw you up.
Oh my God, it's like you've heard this before. So we've got a red deck and a blue deck. So Teller, you're gonna point to whichever deck you like, keeping in mind whatever you pick is the one you're going to get, and whichever one is left is going to Penn. So which one would you like? The red. Okay. So you're gonna take these cards, you're gonna hold them face down like you're about to deal, and Penn, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to be stuck with the blue.
Okay.
So hold those face down, because in a moment, I'm gonna have you deal cards one at a time, face up into a pile.
Okay.
So go ahead and start now. Perfect, and you can keep going as long as you'd like, and at some point you're gonna stop. It can be at the same time, it could be at a different time. Totally your choice. And I should mention that my job is to get you to try to stop on the same card. And we're still going.
We are.
All right, so it looks like Teller has come to a stop.
So have I.
All right. So one last chance. Screw it up. Do you want to keep going? I'll take that as a yes. All right, Teller, we good? All right, gentlemen, if you would, go ahead and take those face-down cards that you stopped at, slip those inside the box. No, just the face-down card that you stopped on. There you go. Perfect.
I did it right, just so you know.
Yeah, he did. He gets bonus points. And go ahead, you can just set the decks on top. We don't need those anymore. Perfect. And actually, you know what? I don't want to touch anything. You go ahead, take those boxes, close them up, and hold on to them. Good. So here we have an interesting situation, a 1 in 52 choice. And honestly, I think that you guys are so magical and so connected after all these years of working together that despite giving you every opportunity to change your mind and screw up my trick, you've still managed to select the same card. Which brings us to another choice. Penn, you can either take my word for it, and then we can leave everything as is. You can take those home as a souvenir, and that wouldn't technically screw up the trick, but it may leave the audience hanging a little bit. Dilemmas. So Penn, trust me or prove it?
I think we need to prove it for the audience.
Of course.
That's how much I love you.
There we go. You heard it here, folks. All right, so go ahead, open up the card boxes and put those cards face down into my hand. Just like that. Perfect. And you can just set the boxes down. So, by your reaction, and of course, the reaction of the audience, you guys will let me know how close they got. Here we go. That's pretty cool, but it could have been a fluke. It could have been a coincidence. But I'm here tonight to show you guys real magic. So as I said at the beginning, that folded up purple card is my big finale. Teller, have I done anything sneaky with this box? And how crazy would it be if this card turned out to be a match? So if the match is here, Penn, go ahead and reach into your pocket. Take out that matchbook. Go ahead and slide it out. There you go. And show everybody what's inside. Go ahead. You can drop the sleeve. And I can go ahead, I can take that. Which leaves us with one folded up purple card and no match. But it wouldn't be a good trick, of course, unless this card was also the king of clubs. All right, thank you guys so much for helping out. Thank you, Penn. Thank you, Teller. And you can have your seat.
Sean Ridgeway, everyone. Wow, hi, Sean.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
You as well.
I heard that you do a post every day on social media.
Yes, I decided that I would take on the challenge of, on social media, every single day, filming a magic trick that I created and posting it online. So 365 ideas.
That is a lot of magic. And do you also create magic tricks for other magicians?
Yes, I've done some consulting work before. People come to me asking, to solve a problem. And I'm an idea guy, so I try to figure out how best to solve that problem for them.
So not every magician then can create and build their own tricks?
They can, but a lot of people choose not to. And that's because for every one good idea, there's probably 100 garbage ones.
Is it in the performance that you discover that they're garbage ones?
Unfortunately, sometimes.
Well, Sean, let's see if we can match you up with a Fool Us trophy.
All right.
Let's go to the boys. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Penn and Teller.
Hey, Sean.
Be nice. Be nice, boys.
Boy, that was really, really nice. Just a perfect plot, really put together. Very good challenge, very good all the way through. Some of that stuff, like a lot of that stuff, we haven't seen in that form before. Now, we never know who's coming out here, so we don't know whether that's just stuff we haven't heard of or whether you invented that. Did you invent that?
Everything up here I invented myself, yes, sir.
Wow, really? All of it? Oh. That's phenomenal. And Teller said, the first thing he said when we sat down was, in a couple of years, he's going to be a monster. You're just so good and still so young. It's just amazing where you're going to go. And knowing that you invented that stuff yourself is really, really, really wonderful. But this is the part where we get all the flap or the flack, when we have to go into giving you some code, and you challenged us to try to screw you up. We're trying to stick together on that, work together on that, and I think that even this won't screw you up. When I say, with all due respect, I don't think you fooled us.
All right.
Did that all make sense to you? Do you think they figured out how you did your tricks?
Loud and clear. I challenged them, and they rose to the occasion.
Well, thank you.
Well, you didn't fool them, but you sure impressed them, and we loved having you. Give him a round of applause, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Sean Ridgeway, everyone. We're not packing it in, and neither should you. We've got more amazing magic in a minute. Don't go away. Welcome back to Fool Us. Let's meet the next magician who's going to try to fool Penn and Teller.
I moved to New York when I was 23. It's the one place on earth where you can dream of doing anything and then find somebody who will teach you how to do it. One of my dreams was magic, of course. And you know what? It still is. Now I'm the guy who gets to mentor people coming up. It gives me a kick, and passing it on is the only way magic survives.
She's good.
New York is a great place for magic because you can play to an audience of any size. There are enormous stages, but there's a cafe society too, where you go table to table, you get people involved, you bring them in, you bring them close, and meet your audience face to face. For me, there's just nothing like that. The routine I'm doing tonight won me a top award as the best close-up magician. It would have been easy to stop working on the magic after winning a prize like that, but I can't help it. I keep working on it. There are 32 separate effects in what I'll do tonight. Penn and Teller may bust me, but they're gonna have to work for it.
Give it up for Master Manipulator Jim Vines.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you don't have to work another day in your life if you can produce that kind of money.
Well, if I can do that every day, can you imagine?
No, I can't. Especially the credit cards.
Yes.
Does classic magic evolve over time?
Absolutely. This effect that I did tonight, which is producing money, has been around at least since 1852, and Robert Houdin did something called the miser's dream, and he would reach into the air and catch coins and coins and coins and drop them in a bucket. And so the idea of combining those two things together, but taking it sort of to the next level, that was just, we say we stand on the shoulders of giants, and he was certainly a giant.
Do you think that there are old tricks that have been lost over time?
Absolutely. And every so often, someone will surface with an ancient manuscript that hasn't been seen in hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's just a joy because when you see something that seems brand new, but it's really hundreds of years old, and you feel like you're meeting that magician today, you know?
Okay, Jim, let's see if we can cash in your money magic for a Fool Us trophy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready, boys?
We're ready. Oh, Jim, you know, it's so amazing to see. I mean, obviously, total pro, been doing this forever. This is a lot of work. But to do an act that masquerades as a trick done at a table and actually explodes over to the whole stage is a really beautiful thing. You do not expect a table act to be that big. And to be able to do a really stage magic illusion act all based on sitting at a table barehanded, starting with just a little slip from an ATM is just brilliant. We were all prepared for just a coin trick, and then you end up doing so much more than that, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And one of the best techniques you use is using one trick to cover another, to cover another, to cover another, so that it's very hard for the audience to backtrack on what's happened. There's so much surprise all the way through this. It's just terrific. Of course, in terms of style, there's a lot of slidini. You have Dove Productions, you have camouflage, you have all sorts of stuff. And it's also great to see an act that you've obviously been working for years and years and is a huge crowd pleaser. And we loved every single second of it. All the innovations were wonderful, but we don't think you fooled us. But man, we loved it.
Thank you.
Jim, it sounds like you didn't fool them, but you sure entertained us all.
Oh,
Am
yeah.
I right?
You are right, and I just have to say one thing. This was such an honor, such a privilege to be here, but also I must be one of the first people in history to leave Las Vegas with a suitcase full of cash. So I am super excited.
All in one place. Jim Vines, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
BRB, more Fool Us right after this, TTYL. We have time for just one more trick, so why not have the masters themselves perform it? Put your hands together for Penn and Teller.
You know, Brooke, we didn't always live in Vegas. We used to live in Trenton, New Jersey. There's a whole bridge there that says, Trenton makes the world takes. Kind of a passive-aggressive slogan for a city. And we used to go to a place called the Leprechaun Bar, which is right down the street from our apartment. And we would try to make, a little bit of pocket money doing bar bets. And one of the bar bets we'd love to do was to have someone pick a card, which you can do there.
I love card tricks.
Oh, good. Good. You're on the right show.
All right, so...
Pick any card you like there. Sure. Here you go. And good. And you can take a look at it, but you can also show it to the camera. You'll see. So what we would do is we would say to the person who picked it, we'd say, we bet you $20 that we have your card on a giant card underneath this silk. And people would always take the bet. They'd always take the bet. And underneath there'd be a full deck of cards the way that they're printed before they're cut. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 56. Of course, there's 2 advertising cards and 2 jokers and the 52 cards in the deck. So whatever card they picked would be on here. So at this point, they knew they were beaten. You can see it's ripped to pieces because one guy we did it for kind of a tough guy got angry that he'd been taken in that way, and he took a knife and just sliced up. Or this is the way they're printed. They're printed like this before they're cut. He just sliced it all up. But the way the trick goes is we would then just turn it over and show that their card was there, because there are 56 cards, 52 of them. It's every card in the deck. So whatever card you picked is going to be there. You can see it's like ace of spades, 2 of spades, 3 of spades, then 9, 10, jack, and then this goes 10 of clubs, jack of clubs, and there's a space there. What card do you have there, bro?
Do you want to see it now?
Put it right down.
My goodness.
Right where it belongs. 10, jack, queen, king. Right there, fitting there perfectly. So we didn't betcha, but you know it's a pretty good trick. You could still give us $20 if you wanted.
I sure will. I'll give you 40. You guys, that's amazing. Wow. Well, that's all the time that we have for tonight, but don't you worry, because we'll be back with more of TV's best magic on the next episode of Fool Us. Good night, everyone. For a Fool Us trophy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready, boys?
We're ready. Oh, Jim, you know, it's so amazing to see. I mean, obviously, total pro, been doing this forever. This is a lot of work. But to do an act that masquerades as a trick done at a table and actually explodes over to the whole stage is a really beautiful thing. You do not expect a table act to be that big. And to be able to do a really stage magic illusion act all based on sitting at a table barehanded, starting with just a little slip from an ATM is just brilliant. We were all prepared for just a coin trick, and then you end up doing so much more than that, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And one of the best techniques you use is using one trick to cover another, to cover another, to cover another, so that it's very hard for the audience to backtrack on what's happened. There's so much surprise all the way through this. It's just terrific. Of course, in terms of style, there's a lot of slidini. You have dove productions, you have camouflage, you have all sorts of stuff. And it's also great to see an act that you've obviously been working for years and years and is a huge crowd pleaser. And we loved every single second of it. All the innovations were wonderful, but we don't think you fooled us. But man, we loved it.
Thank you.
Jim, it sounds like you didn't fool them, but you sure entertained us all.
Oh,
Am
yeah.
I right?
You are right, and I just have to say one thing. This was such an honor, such a privilege to be here, but also I must be one of the first people in history to leave Las Vegas with a suitcase full of cash. So I am super excited.
All in one place. Jim Vines, everyone. Thank you,
everybody.
BRB, more Fool Us right after this. TTYL. We have time for just one more trick, so why not have the master masters themselves perform it. Put your hands together for Penn and Teller.
You know, Brooke, we didn't always live in Vegas. We used to live in Trenton, New Jersey. There's a whole bridge there that says, Trenton makes the world takes. Kind of a passive-aggressive slogan for a city. And we used to go to a place called the Leprechaun Bar, which is right down the street from our apartment. And we would try to make, a little bit of pocket money doing bar bets. And one of the bar bets we'd love to do was to have someone pick a card, which you can do there.
I love card tricks.
Oh, good. Good. You're on the right show.
All right, so...
Pick any card you like there. Sure. Here you go. And good. And you can take a look at it, but you can also show it to the camera, you'll see. So what we would do is we would say to the person who picked it, we'd say, we bet you $20 that we have your card on a giant card underneath this silk. And people would always take the bet. They'd always take the bet. And underneath there'd be a full deck of cards the way that they're printed before they're cut. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 56. Of course, there's 2 advertising cards and 2 jokers, and the 52 cards in the deck. So whatever card they picked would be on here. So at this point, they knew they were beaten. You can see it's ripped to pieces because one guy we did it for, kind of a tough guy, got angry that he'd been taken in that way, and he took a knife and just sliced up. This is the way they're printed. They're printed like this before they're cut. He just sliced it all up. But the way the trick goes is we would then just turn it over and show that their card was there, because there are 56 cards, 52 of them, it's every card in the deck. So whatever card you picked is going to be there. You can see it's like ace, a spades, 2 of spades, 3 of spades, then 9, 10, jack, and then this goes 10 of clubs, jack of clubs, and there's a space there. What card do you have there, bro?
Do you want to see it now?
Put it right there.
My goodness.
Right where it belongs. 10, jack, queen, king, right there, fitting there perfectly. So we didn't bet you, but you know it's a pretty good trick. You could still give us $20 if you wanted.
I sure will. I'll give you 40. You guys, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, that's all the time that we have for tonight, but don't you worry, because we'll be back with more of TV's best magic on the next episode of Fool Us. Good night, everyone.